Okay. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon. So, I hope you have filled your tummies with a very good and hot lunch. Okay. So, let's start today's class. Okay, Madhura, don't worry. I will raise my voice. Okay. So, yesterday we have completed folliculogenesis. So, today we are going to finish up the oogenesis also. Okay. So, for that, I have asked few questions for you regarding the last class topic. Please answer those questions. Okay. So, which hormone is common for both male and female? Okay, estrogen, progesterone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, testosterone. Okay, I'm launching the poll. I forgot the technical poll, but I hope everything is well and good. So let it be. I will launch the MCQ poll because we have a lot to study today. Which hormone is common for both male and female? Last 30 seconds. Please, observe the question. It's very easy question. Okay.
And then try to answer. Last 10 seconds. Okay, guys, I'm ending the poll. I have given already 55 seconds. Okay. Yeah, 58, 59, 60. Good. So let me share the results. So result is somewhat like this. 73% people have chosen option C and 16% people have chosen option B. 8% people have chosen option A and एक बच्चे ने D को choose किया है. Okay, so let's stop sharing this and discuss which is actually the answer for this question. Okay, what is the question? Which hormone is common for both male and female? Okay, so as you know, male hormones are like, we call them as testicular hormones. Okay, testicular hormones in male and ovarian hormones in female. Okay, so which are these? So testicular hormones are nothing but androgens and testosterone. Okay, so whereas in the case of females, ovarian hormone is nothing but progesterone and estrogen. So apart from this, there are other hormones also. So we call them as pituitary hormones. Okay, so we call them pituitary hormones. Pituitary hormones. So which are the pituitary hormones? FSH, okay, LH. So these two are the important ones that you need to remember. Now you tell me which hormone is common for both male and female. See, this FSH and LH are actually acted by the hypothalamus. I think we have studied this in the control of hormone regulation and control. So hypothalamus, okay, so hypothalamus secretes the gonadotropin releasing hormone. Okay, so this gonadotropin releasing hormone will activate the anterior pituitary hormone. Okay, so this pituitary hormone will in return give rise to FSH and LH. So these what I have returned in the left, it is very common for both male and female. Okay, so it is common for both male and female. So now you tell me, estrogen is the ovarian hormone, that means it is related with the female. Okay, so this is the female hormone. Yes. So progesterone is also female hormone. Okay, testosterone is a male hormone. You can see here it's a testosterone. It is concerned with the male. So gonadotropin releasing hormone is the one which is present in both males and females. Okay, so the answer for this question is C. Okay, it's very easy, no confusion, nothing. Okay, so C is the answer for this question. Next. During ovulation, ovum will be in following stage. Okay, primary oocyte, secondary oocyte, tertiary oocyte, quaternary oocyte. Okay, so I'm launching the poll for this question. You please answer the poll. Till then, let me do some work. Array. Okay. Last 5 seconds. During ovulation, ovum will be in following stage. Which will be the oocyte? Okay, I'm ending the poll now. Okay, let me share the results. So result is somewhat like this. Okay, it's a tie between two answers, that is option B and option C. Okay, few people have chosen the other options also. Okay, let me stop sharing this and let's discuss which is the actual answer for this question. See guys, this is very easy. Okay, so during ovulation, ovum will be in following stages. See, I have told you about only two oocytes. Okay, so one is primary and the another one is secondary oocyte. So I have told you about these two only. Okay, so there is no quaternary and no tertiary oocyte. Okay, because this primary and secondary oocyte will be seen in the gametogenesis. Okay, you have also seen this in the this one also spermatogenesis. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte. ಇಲ್ಲಿ while we are talking about oogenesis, we will see the oocyte, primary and secondary. Okay, so ಈಗ ಈ primary oocyte ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡಿತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ at the time of primordial, or another one is primary follicle. So there you see this, okay, primordial and primary follicle are primary. But primary follicle ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, secondary ಆಗತ್ತೆ, tertiary ಆಗತ್ತೆ, then mature Graafian follicle will come. Okay, so from this mature Graafian follicle will come. So this Graafian follicle will undergo ovulation. Okay, will undergo ovulation and it will release the secondary oocyte. Okay, and it will release the secondary oocyte at the time of ovulation. Okay, so ಇದು primary ಇದ್ದು secondary oocyte ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಯ್ತು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ when the follicle is in tertiary stage. Okay, tertiary follicle ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇದು change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, primary oocyte ಇಂದ secondary ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. The changes happen here. Very good, Keertana and Prithvi. Okay, so actually the answer for this question is B. Okay, why? Because at the time of ovulation, ovum that is released is in the secondary oocyte stage. Okay, answer for this question is B. Primary ಯಾವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? Primary primordial ಮತ್ತೆ primary follicle ಇದ್ದಾಗ stage ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, right? I hope you remember the folliculogenesis which we have discussed yesterday. Okay, so today we are going to study about the oogenesis. Okay, so ಏನು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ oogenesis folliculogenesis different ಆ? ನೋಡು ಮಗ, ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದೇ ಹೆಸರು ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ oogenesis ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, oogenesis ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಓದ್ತೀರಾ. ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಗೋ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, so what is oogenesis? It is nothing but formation and maturation of ovum, you know, and where it takes place in the graphene follicle. ನೋಡಿ, graphene follicle ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ folliculogenesis will come. है ना? So this folliculogenesis will in turn give us the oogenesis. Okay, so oogenesis is initiated in the embryonic stage. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ವೆನ್ ದ ಬೇಬಿ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮದರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ಲೇ oogonim will be assigned. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಬರ್ತ್ there will be nearly 2 millions of oogonim will be there. Okay, so you can say that actually oogenesis starts when the baby is still in the mother's womb. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಇನ್ನೋಳು ಹುಟ್ಟೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಆಗ್ಲೇ oogenesis ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Okay, so this oogenesis is initiated in the embryonic stage when millions of egg mother cells are formed within ovary. Actually ಇದು formed within ovary ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, this is actually not correct. See, if you see your NCERT textbooks, yes Shubha, you have raised hand, if you have any doubt ask in the chat box. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, actually oogonia is not formed in ovary. Okay, but they are descended or migrated from the yolk sac. ನೋಡಿ, ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ oogenesis ಅಂತ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಇದೇ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಫೌಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ಓವರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರೆಡ್ ಮೆನಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೆನಿ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೋಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಂದ ಇದು ಮೈಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ oogonia, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, ಓವರಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, although I'm telling you in the much detailed manner, where will be the yolk sac present in the body, ma'am? See, body nalli ellirutte anta heli Jayashree, this I will tell you when I'm explaining about the embryogenesis. Embryogenesis ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ each and every part ina ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮಗು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? So there I will tell you, but now you forget about yolk sac. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ yolk sac ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Okay, so now oogonia are present in the female body while it is still fetus in the womb of mother. Okay, so remember one thing, oogonia are never formed after birth. Okay, ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ oogonia ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ oogonia ಯಾವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, when the baby is still in the fetus and it is still in the mother's womb. ಮದರ್ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ್ಲೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ಓವರಿ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು oogonia ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಲ್ವಾ, ಆಟ್ರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, oogonia ನಂಬರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ oogonia ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವ್ ಸೊ ಈ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ had the spermatogonium as the germ cell ಅಥವಾ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀರಿ, germ cell ಅಂತ ಕರೀರಿ, but that was spermatogonium there, but here it is oogonia. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ oogonia ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ spermatogonium ಇತ್ತು, and it is diploid. Okay, with 46 chromosomes in it. Obviously we're talking about humans under 46 chromosomes. Now this oogonia will undergo mitosis ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈ oogonia ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು, this oogonia will undergo mitosis. Why? To again increase the number. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಂಬರ್, ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ oogonia. ಇದು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮೈಟೋಸಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮೈಟೋಸಿಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗೂ ನಾವ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, we will call them as primary oocytes. Okay, so these are what? Primary oocytes, and these are again diploid. These are also diploid and these are also diploid. Okay, these are also diploid. You can see here. Okay, diploid. Now this primary oocyte will undergo growth stage. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಲ್ವಾ ನೆನ್ನೆ 3 stages ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. So what is this stage where mitosis will take place? Come on, answer in the chat box. Mitosis ಆಗುವಾಗ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ multiplication stage ಅಥವಾ multiplication phase ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, so where primary oocyte will undergo growth. ಅಥವಾ growth ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ cytoplasm ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು growth phase ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, we call it as very good growth phase. So after growth phase, ಈಗ primary oocyte ready ಇದೆ to undergo reduction division. Okay, so this reduction division from here to here. Okay, so this is actually called as maturation phase. Okay, so maturation phase ನಲ್ಲಿ first maturation division ಮತ್ತು second maturation division ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. So first maturation division ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, meiosis 1 ಆಗತ್ತೆ, meiosis 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ second maturation division. I hope you remember that. Okay, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ change ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, meiosis ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, up to growth phase ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್, ಮೇಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್, ಅಪ್ ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ oocyte ವರೆಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಟ್ಟೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್, ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ oocyte ಇಂದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಈಗ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಏನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ 2n, I mean the primary oocyte will undergo meiosis 1. Okay, meiosis 1, and it will give rise to the secondary oocyte. So this ಇದು ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Along with that we have one polar body also called as polocyte. Okay, polar ಬಾಡಿಗೆ polocyte ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಿ ಏನಿದು polocyte ಅಂತ. Polocyte is nothing but polar body. Okay, you write it somewhere. Okay, polocyte. Okay, polocyte is nothing but called as polar body. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಒಂದು primary oocyte divided into two cells. Okay, one is secondary oocyte, another one is polar body. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು meiosis division ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, so this is an unequal cytokinetic division. Cytokinesis ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ, cytokinesis ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, cytoplasm divide ಆಗೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ unequal division ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ cytoplasm ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೇ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ cytoplasm ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ಇದು ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ? ಯೂಶಲಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಶೋ ಯು ಹಿಯರ್. ಯೂಶಲಿ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು 2n ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ mn ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ mn ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ mn ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟೆಡ್, ಒಂದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಒಂದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte ಈಸ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ meiosis 2 ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte meiosis 2 ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿವೈಡಿಂಗ್, ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ meiosis 2. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗೋ ಸೀನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ, ಐ ಗೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಬಾಡಿದು ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ನೀವು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇದು 4 cells ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4 sperm ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Ma'am, in which language you are saying? Shankar, it is Kannada. Everyone understand Kannada here, right? Everyone understand Kannada here, right? Shankar, do you don't understand Kannada? Shankar, I'm asking Shankar. See, I can switch to other language. I can switch to English also. But why I'm explaining Kannada? Because it is much easier to explain things. Okay. English and Hindi. Okay. So I will use English only, it's better. Okay. So normally what happens in meiosis, from one mother cell, you get 2 haploid cells. From those 2 haploid cells, you will get again 2 haploid cells. This was the normal meiosis that takes place, which is seen in the spermatogenesis. आया? So जैसे spermatogenesis में हुआ था, अगर यहाँ भी 4 egg cells बन जाए, so this is not possible. If you think if there are 4 egg cells present, okay, so this is actually the ootate. So we are getting only one ooted actual process. You imagine if it will undergo normal meiosis and 4 ooted are present, then sperms will be million in number when the insemination happens. So all of the 4 egg, or we can say all of the 4 secondary oocyte will undergo fertilization. Then that lady, female lady, will not give birth to the only one baby, it will give birth to the quarterlet, ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಲೆಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಲೆಟ್ ಬೇಬಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಯೂಟರಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ನಮ್ದು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಯೂಟರಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬೈಪಿಡಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ನಾವ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಟರಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇದೆ, ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 baby is possible, at the rarest cases 2 babies. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ 2 babies ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬಾ ರೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ 0.1% ಪೀಪಲ್ ಗೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಲೆಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. Okay, so that is impossible. That's why what happens here in the case of meiosis, only one oocyte is produced. Okay, so this polar body does not have any significance, Jayashree. Okay, it's just remaining that only. Eventually it will get degenerated or engulfed by the phagocytes. Okay, phagocytes will be engulfing this polar body. They don't have any kind of function. Okay, so now this secondary oocyte will again undergo meiosis 2 and it will give rise to the oocyte and the again another one polar body, but this polar body is also again undergo degeneration. Okay, so this polar body doesn't have any significance, so don't worry about it. Okay, so this is about the natural oogenesis. Now I will tell you where and how this actual oogenesis is happening. Okay, so now you know entirely, okay, how it is happening. Array Jayashree, you read about lady having 9 baby. See, there are some rarest cases, okay, that is really not normal. We're talking about normal people here. Okay, so ಅದು ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅದು, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ 9 ಯಾಕೆ ಮಗ, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು 20 ಕೇಳಿದೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. when I was in a childhood there was a news. ಓಕೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು 18 died, only 2 remained alive. So that kind of things happen. Okay, but normally we are talking about how it is going to happen. Okay, now you look. So in this diagram, we are going to compare the folliculogenesis and oogenesis. I had told you, right? So we will understand them. So right now, look at this. This is the oogonium, which is ready to undergo mitosis. So mitosis, so after mitosis, what you get is the primary oocyte. So this is diploid primary oocyte. Okay, so this primary oocyte will again undergo meiosis. है ना? Nodi, if primary oocyte what we have got, this primary oocyte will undergo growth stage. After growth stage, it will enter into the meiotic division. Okay, but it will enter meiotic division and arrest. Okay, enter agi arrest agatte in one phase. Which phase? Prophase 1, exactly, to be precise, in the diplotin phase. Okay, diplotin phase. I hope you remember the meiosis. In meiosis, we have studied prophase 1 has 5 stages. Okay, right? Lectotin, zygotin, pachytin, diakinesis, diplotin, so all these. After that, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Then again, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2. So these are the phases of meiosis. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ growth phase par ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, okay, so growth phase is completed. After that, meiosis division has started. But that meiosis division what started is halted in the prophase 1, exactly in which step? In the diplotin stage. In the diplotin stage of prophase 1, it is stopped. So all these things are happening where? When the baby is still in the womb of mother. Okay, womb of mother iddagale, all the oogonia, okay, all the oogonia will get arrested in the diplotin stage of prophase 1. All the oogonia present in that baby's ovaries. Okay, so now birth has happened. Okay, birth aitu. So that time the ovary will remain inactive. It doesn't do any kind of job. Okay, ovary will be inactive. So at the time of puberty, okay, so at the time of puberty, again our ovary gets active. So what happens there? Actually, the primary oocyte, which was arrested at the diplotin stage of prophase 1, will start to complete its meiosis 1. Okay, meiosis 1 complete ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ start ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So meiosis 1 complete ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? We are getting the secondary oocyte and the first polar body. Okay, first polar body. So this here now at the time of puberty, ನೋಡಿ ಮಗು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ oogonia ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಂತಿತ್ತು? ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಟೀನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಫೇಸ್ 1 ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಬಂದು ನಿಂತಿತ್ತು. ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ ಟು puberty ಏನು ಕೇಸಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. when the girl has attained puberty ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆನಾರ್ಕಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ at that time meiosis is started. Okay, so then secondary oocyte is got. Now come to the folliculogenesis. Okay, follicle development. So this oogonium is present where? Inside the follicle. So this entire oogenesis is happening inside the follicle. Okay, so this is primordium follicle and this is the primary follicle. Okay, so primordium follicle will be like that only. So primordium follicle is carrying what? It is carrying the primary oocyte. I had told you, right? So now at the time of puberty, folliculogenesis also starts. Okay, so folliculogenesis start after the under what is happening here? Primary oocyte was there, as I have told you, primary oocyte along with the formation of granulosa cells. So these granulosa cells will start to arrange outside the oocyte and that will eventually start growing. Okay, so from primary follicle there will be a secondary, then again a tertiary. Okay, so this what you are seeing here, this is actually the tertiary follicle. Okay, so this is tertiary follicle. Okay, yes, so this is tertiary follicle. Now in this tertiary follicle, meiosis 1 will complete and we get the secondary oocyte. Okay, so as you know, here also we have secondary oocyte. Okay, so this is secondary oocyte. Okay, so compare this as the mature follicle, and here as you can see, this is the tertiary and also the secondary oocyte is formed. I had told you, remember, tertiary follicle nalli secondary oocyte complete ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಈಗ ಈ mature follicle ನಿಂದ ovulation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, so ovulation is happening and the secondary oocyte is released out. Okay, so this is ovulation. So now, okay, so after meiosis 1 is completed, okay, so meiosis 1 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ meiosis 2 ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? So meiosis 2 ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ halt ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Secondary oocyte ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, so secondary oocyte will be halted in the metaphase 2 stage. Okay, metaphase 2 stage ನಲ್ಲಿ halt ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So ಅದೇ halt ಆಗಿದ್ದು ovulation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುದು. Okay, so ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಲ್ವಾ, ovulation ಅಲ್ಲಿ usually egg release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so normally people say egg is released at the time of ovulation, but not exactly egg is released. Secondary oocyte is released and that secondary oocyte is arrested in the metaphase 2 of the meiosis 2. Okay, did you understand? Okay, so this is arrested. So this secondary oocyte is released out of the ovary and it will be catched by the fallopian tube. Okay, fallopian tube nalli ide. So now when the secondary oocyte is in the fallopian tube, at that time imagine sexual intercourse happened. Okay, so copulation happened and there is the presence of sperm. Okay, when sperm comes and meets this secondary oocyte. Okay, so this sperm meets with the secondary oocyte. At that time, meiosis 2 completes. Okay, meiosis 2 complete ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. After that, what you get is actually the oocyte. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಎಗ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಎಗ್ ಕಾಣೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತು ಸಿಗೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. So ಯಾವಾಗ fertilization happens, at that time it will directly convert into the zygote. Okay, so at that time another one second polar body is also released. Did you understand what I just said? Yes. So let me repeat it once again. Meiosis I will repeat. Okay. So as the puberty start जब होता है ना तो primary oocyte ऐसे ही रहता है. Okay, so primary oocyte will be present inside the primary follicle. Okay, so that primary oocyte was arrested in the diploting stage of prophase 1 and this will undergo meiosis division. So, okay, meiosis division undergo agi, we will get one secondary oocyte and one first polar body. Okay, so that secondary oocyte will halted or you can say will be arrested in the metaphase 2 stage of the meiosis 2. Okay, so that meiosis 2 stationally halt ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ secondary oocyte will be released out of the Graafian follicle and out of the ovary. Okay, so that part is ovulation. So after ovulation, if the fertilization happens, that means sperm is present at that time, that secondary oocyte will complete its meiosis 2 and again it will divide and it will give rise to the one ootid and one second polar body. Okay, so that second polar body will again fertilize its nucleus. So nucleus and the combination agatalva, so recombination. So that recombination happens and the zygote is formed. Okay, so this is it. So after ovulation only, okay, at the time of fertilization, meiosis is completed. Okay, so we get the ootid and second polar body, and that ootid will undergo zygote after the fusion with the sperm nucleus. Okay, so this is about the oogenesis. So after the ovulation, okay, so just imagine there is no presence of sperm. Okay, sperm ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೌದು complete ಆಯ್ತು meiosis 2 ಆಮೇಲೆ we get the egg and we get the zygote. But what happens if the sperm is not present? So if sperm is not present, then what happens? This secondary oocyte will swim in the fallopian tube and enter into the uterus. After the completing few stages, it will undergo the menstruation. I had told you, right? Menstruation includes what? Endometrium lining and also the secondary oocyte which is unfertilized. Okay, so this is about the follicle development and oogenesis, right? So if fertilization happens, so as I told you, fertilization happens, so this zygote will undergo cleavage divisions and this cleavage divisions will give rise to the baby, that is fetus. Okay, so this fetus will be growing in the uterus. So these are the changes that you see. Okay, so now nobody asked me why this happens, ma'am. Why secondary oocyte will be halted in the metaphase 2? Why it doesn't complete its meiosis? That is because I hope you remember in meiosis there will be a presence of centrioles. Okay, so centrioles will be necessary. So there will be centrioles present. Okay, so metaphase means chromosomes will be arranged in the equatorial plane. Okay, chromosomes will be present in the equatorial plane. Okay, so it should be like this. So these centrioles will pull the spindle fibers so that this metaphase will then shift with the anaphase. Okay, so the chromatids will be pulled towards the polar region. Okay, so ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಯೋಲ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಟಾಫೇಸ್ 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಿಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಯೋಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್. Okay, when sperm meets with the secondary oocyte, at that time what happens? Sperm not only contributes the nucleus, but it also contributes one of its centrioles. Okay, it will contribute one of its centriole. Okay, so this centriole will replace that vacant place of the centriole, and then anaphase 2 will start, and then telophase 2, and then we get the ootid. Then fertilization happens. Okay, so this is the reason. I hope you understood the oogenesis. Okay, so this is again another slide. You can revise this. Okay, so I have written here. So this is the primordial germ cell. Same thing, but the flow chart is different. So these are the germ cells. Okay, so these germ cells will undergo, okay, this will undergo mitosis, and after mitosis we get the primary oocyte. So this primary oocyte will be diploid. So this primary oocyte will start the meiotic division and will be halted in the prophase 1 of the diplotin stage. Okay, so this will be halted at the time of birth. Birth ಆದಾಗ halt ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So after birth ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ up to puberty. So once the puberty starts, okay, once the puberty starts, maturation of Graafian follicle happen. At that time, primary oocyte will complete its meiosis and it will give rise to the secondary oocyte and the first polar body. Okay, so first polar body will eventually degenerate or it will be get engulfed by the phagocytes, and this secondary oocyte will be arrested or halted in the metaphase 2 stage of the meiotic 2 division. Okay, so after that ovulation happens. Okay, ovulation agate. So after ovulation, if there is a presence of sperm, okay, so if fertilized means there is a presence of sperm here and here no sperm. Okay, so if there is a presence of sperm, then what happens? The meiosis 2 completes. That means metaphase will complete its meiotic division and it will give rise to the oocyte. So that oocyte ka nucleus and sperm nucleus will fuse and it will fertilize. Okay, so that is what happened here. Okay, so this ovum, okay, so this ovum will then join with the nucleus of the sperm and it will give rise to the zygote. Okay, so this zygote will again becomes the baby. Okay, so this is the pregnancy. You can say here pregnancy happened. Okay, when sperm is present, pregnancy has happened. So what is the case here? When there is no sperm, no fertilization, then degeneration. So degeneration in the sense here menstruation happens. Okay, menses happens and the secondary oocyte is lost by the vagina in the form of menstrual fluid. Okay, so did you understand? Okay, this is easy if you have listened to me very carefully. Okay, nange carefully ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ easy ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So this is the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Okay, just go and see this in while you are preparing. Okay, ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾ ಇದು ಮತ್ತೆ explain ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ because this is same. ನಾನು ಏನು explain ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದೇ same ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. Okay, so this spermatogonium cells and here this oogonium cells will undergo mitotic divisions and will give rise to the primary spermatocyte and primary oocyte. Okay, so this primary oocyte will be arrested in the meiosis 1 stage of the prophase 1 in the diplotin stage. Okay, so this will be completed when the baby is reaching the puberty. So puberty ke bandaga Graafian follicle will undergo maturation. So Graafian follicle ಒಳಗಡೆ secondary oocyte form ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so that secondary oocyte will be halted in the metaphase 2 of the meiosis 2. Okay, so this will be completing. Okay, so that second meiosis will complete when there is the presence of sperm. So in sperm idrane agodu kelsa illa andre agalla. Okay, so here it's very simple. So primary spermatocyte will divide meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 and we get the spermatid. Okay, so from spermatid it will undergo the spermiogenesis to give the sperms. Okay, so these sperms will attach its head into the Sertoli cells for the nutrition. So after that, okay, after getting all the nutrition from the Sertoli cell, this sperm will be getting free or released from the Sertoli cell. That process is called spermiation. Okay, so that we have already discussed. So I hope you have understood this. Okay, so fertilized egg, so it will undergo now. So this zygote will give rise to the baby. Okay, so is there any doubt regarding this? If you have any doubts, ask in the chat box. Otherwise, you can answer this question. Okay, so let me read it out for you. Select the correct statements regarding oogenesis. Okay, so it is initiated during the embryonic development stage when the millions of oogonia are formed within each ovary. Graafian follicle releases primary oocyte from the ovary by ovulation. At puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. A secondary oocyte within tertiary follicle grows in size and completes its second meiotic division. Okay, so these are the options. I'm launching the poll now. Please answer in the poll. carefully and then answer. Study the sentences. Okay. ಇವತ್ತು ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವ್ರನಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ oogenesis ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Go and read the NCERT and your homework is to differentiate the oogenesis and spermatogenesis. Okay, this is your homework. Okay, differentiate the oogenesis with spermatogenesis. Okay, so if you do this today, you are going to remember it. Otherwise, it will be one ಕಿವಿಯಿಂದ ಕೇಳಿ one ಕಿವಿಯಿಂದ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay, so 1 minute is over. I'm ending the poll now. So let me share the results. So 50% people have chosen option B, 33% people have chosen option C. C na. And yeah, few people have chosen other options also. ಈ C choose ಮಾಡಿದವರು question correct ಆಗಿ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ. Select the correct statements regarding oogenesis. They are not asking incorrect statements. Okay, let's discuss. It is initiated. So oogenesis is initiated during the embryonic development. Definitely, I had told you, right? So when the baby is still in the embryonic stage, then only what is happening, the oogonia is getting converted into the primary oocyte and it will be halted in the diplotin stage of the meiosis one. Okay, so this is happening stage when the millions of ovary are formed. ನೋಡಿಯಪ್ಪ ಇದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಫೌಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ಓವರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರು ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. Okay, so this is correct only. Okay, because in your NCERT and everywhere they have given this only, but the originality is yolk sac. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, this sentence is correct because in embryonic development only the oogenesis is started. So Graafian follicle releases primary oocyte from the ovary by ovulation. Definitely no. Okay, so Graafian follicle releases secondary oocyte. Okay, it releases what? It releases secondary oocyte from the ovary at the time of ovulation. So this is wrong. Okay, so wrong. Second wrong hakbidi. Okay, then so all the four statements nilla. Okay, look at the third. At puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. Definitely, this is also given in your NCERT. This is correct. This sentence is correct, and it is also given in your NCERT. Okay, now look at the fourth. Secondary oocyte within tertiary follicle grows in size and completes its second meiotic division. Is it correct? Huh? You tell me. Secondary oocyte within tertiary follicle grows in size and complete its second meiotic division. Second, no. First meiotic division complete ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ? Okay, see, in tertiary follicles ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, it will be only secondary oocyte we get, and that we are getting from the first meiotic division. Okay, this is wrong, guys. This is wrong. Okay, so definitely, when it is arrested at the metaphase, that is also another point. Very good. So, answer for this question is very simple. That is B. Okay, B is the answer for this question. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Okay, so let's move ahead. So now we are going to study about the menstrual cycle. Okay, so we are going to study everything. Let me tell you. Kivi, kannu, bayi, moogu, keep everything here. If you don't concentrate now, you're going to regret it for your lifetime. Okay, so I want complete attention. I want complete attention. Okay, so what is menarche? First thing, there are few terms that you need to remember. So what is menarche? Menarche means it's nothing but the beginning of menstruation. Okay, so beginning of menstruation occurs in the age of 12 to 15 and it varies by person to person. Varies by person to person. Okay, so for one girl it might start at 12, for some girl it might start at 15. So the beginning of menstrual cycle or menstruation, it's called as menarche. Remember it. Okay, so what is menstrual cycle then? Okay, so menstrual cycle is actually the monthly cycle seen in the females. Okay, and this will start at the age of puberty. So this will start at puberty. Okay, so it will start at puberty and it will occur in primates. Primate means yaro, humans, monkeys, apes, gorillas. So this is the category of primates. So it occurs every lunar month. The lunar eclipse, cyclone, adella ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, so it happens every month. Okay, so one ovum is released in every cycle by alternate ovary. That means, see, we have two ovaries, right? So one is here and another one is here. Okay, so from here there will be a fallopian tube and this fallopian tube. Okay, so something like this. Okay, but still. Okay, so we have one ovary and we have two ovary. Okay, so once what happens for 1 month, the egg might be released or secondary oocyte might be released from this ovary, and the next month this might released from another ovary. So this will happen alternatively. Okay, so this month the egg is came from the left ovary, and the next month it will come from the right ovary. Okay, so this will happen alternatively. So sometimes ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ 4 to 5 months, up to 4 to 5 months, the egg might come from only left. Okay, then for the right, for some other people in the right ovary in that barbodu for the 4 to 5 months. I have explained primates, in the first chapter. When I explained there, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತೂ detail ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. I think ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಪಾಠ, ನಿಮಗೆ I don't remember, but for whom I have done ಅಲ್ವಾ, so I have given them complete differentiate between primates and non-primates. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ಟ್ರೋ cycle ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ menstruation cycle ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. I'm not going to waste my time here, Maher. Please go and search. Okay, otherwise watch my that video. Okay, then lunar, somebody is asking lunar. See, that's what I told. Lunar, this eclipse. So these things you compare this with your physics teacher. Okay, you ask them. Okay, so lunar anta ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಚಂದ್ರ complete ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ it will start, right? So this is actually the lunar month. So ನಾವು ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ ಅದೇನೇನೋ ಹೇಳಲ್ವಾ, so that's how it is. Okay, so is there any chance of releasing egg from both ovary? No, it will not happen. It will not happen from one ovary one time, another ovary another time. Okay, so if that happens also, one ovary will get one egg will get degenerated. Heavy rain, my mobile problem, I'm late for class. No problem, Karthik. Even here also problem is there, but abhi thoda ruka hai barish. Okay, so this is controlled by hormones. Definitely there are many hormones responsible for it. Okay, then menopause. What is menopause? Stopping of menstruation. Okay, when at the age of 45 to 55 the menstruation stops. Okay, so there are actually two reasons for it, but for the very important reason is less hormonal activity, and for some people due to the lack of follicles. Okay, so follicles ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡಿ, oogonia number is same. Okay, oogonia number is same, so that will not change. But follicles, I told you, right, follicular atresia, that will happen and follicles will get degenerated. So many follicles will get degenerated, but at the end, at the old age, there will be very less follicle remaining. If they are remaining also, they are not ready for the maturation of follicle, and it will not be able to become the Graafian follicle. So Graafian follicle ही नहीं हुआ तो ovulation कैसे होगा, secondary oocyte कैसे बाहर निकलेगा? So follicle is very important. If there is no follicle, no oogenesis. Okay, so this is menopause. Now, what is menstruation then? Okay, menstruation is nothing but this happens every month. Okay, so this happens every month. So menstruation means loss of blood. Okay, so from where exactly this blood is lost? This is lost, endometrium lining. Okay, so I hope you remember in uterus there are 3 linings. The most inner lining is the endometrium lining. So that endometrium lining sheds at the time of menses or menstruation. Okay, so Andre, in common terms you can also call them as periods. Okay, usually in common terms we call it as periods. Okay, so every month it will come, there will be loss of blood. So loss of blood is happening by the shedding of endometrium. Other than that, there will be unfertilized secondary oocyte. Okay, so there will be unfertilized secondary oocyte present. Okay, so this is that. And in this time, there will be hormone activity is very less. Okay, hormonal activity is very less. I will tell you what kind of hormonal activity in the upcoming slides. Okay, hormonal activity, or you can say hormones release is very less. Release of hormone is very less. So this is about the menstruation. Okay, so people say, in the old people, they have some myths. Okay, that at the time of menstruation, the girls are impure and they cannot cook food, they cannot enter the temples and all that. That is totally bullshit. Okay, this is the natural process. So everybody should, understand that fact that it is the nature's choice. We cannot do it. Moreover, we are suffering, women are suffering their entire life this pain of menstruation, and what they're getting this, hey, you are impure, don't enter the kitchen. What the heck, man? Okay, so these things are really not, should be changed. This should be changed by the mind, by the people. Okay, right. So there are few phases in the monthly cycle. Okay, I want complete attention. Okay, so in menstrual cycle or in menstruation, there are many phases. Okay, so monthly phases, you can call them as the monthly cycle. Okay, so there are three terms usually people say. Okay, three terms. So cycle anta bandaga ಮೂರು terms ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Ovulation, pre-ovulation, post-ovulation. So ovulation means what? Ovulation means release of secondary oocyte from the ovary. Okay, so this is ovulation. So ovulation ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನೇನು ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, that is pre-ovulation. So after the ovulation, whatever all the stages are present, those are called as post-ovulation, commonly termed as. Now, when you refer this cycle in two stages, like you can call them as ovarian cycle. If you are referring to ovarian cycle, then what you need to say? You need to say follicular phase, ovulation phase, and luteal phase. So what happens in the follicular phase? Can anybody tell me? In follicular phase, folliculogenesis happens. Folliculogenesis happens. That means, okay, so here there will be periods. Okay, so this period will be here also and will be here also. Okay, so a stage of period will be there. So after period, okay, so menses. Okay, so after menses there will be pre-ovulation, ovulation, post-ovulation. Similarly, after menses, folliculogenesis happens. That means a maturation of follicle, and then Graafian follicle will release the secondary oocyte, and that left follicle, okay, so that follicle will undergo degeneration. Okay, degeneration. Okay, so this. Okay, so you can also call them as ovarian cycle. If you say ovarian cycle, you have to say these phases. Okay, if you say uterine cycle, okay, ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ovarian cycle ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ cycle represents the changes that are happening in the ovary. Okay, you can see here folliculogenesis happens in ovary, follicle degeneration also happens in the ovary. So this ovarian cycle is the changes that happening in the ovary. But what about uterine cycle? Uterine cycle is the cycle that is happening, changes are happening in the uterus. Okay, so both of these uterine and ovarian cycle are referring to the cycle, monthly cycle. So both of them are coming into consideration. So uterine cycle nalli ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, proliferative phase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ secretory phase. So what happens in the proliferative phase? In proliferative phase, endometrium thickens. Okay, so endometrium will start to thick. Why? Because in menses ಎಲ್ಲ endometrium ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Menses ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ periods ನಲ್ಲಿ endometrium will be lost. Now endometrium has to be again regenerated. Okay, so this endometrium regeneration will happen. That is proliferative stage. After that, ovulation will happen. Then secretory phase. Secretory phase means here what happens? Same endometrium will get again thick. Also that, okay, this will be there. Okay, this will be there here also. Endometrium will thick. Okay, so along with that, there will also be secreting some hormone. Okay, endometrium thick, also secretion of hormone. Okay, secretions of hormone. So what are the secretions? Secretion is called as prostaglandin. I have told you, right? This prostaglandin is the hormone responsible for the uterine contractions. Okay, so for example, sperm available irlilla, ovulation admele, girl didn't get pregnant. If she didn't get pregnant, then obviously endometrium has to shed, and then unfertilized secondary oocyte has to go in the menstrual fluid. At that time, this prostaglandin is released. But when the female is pregnant, then prostaglandin is not released. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ pregnant ಇದ್ದಾಗ prostaglandin release ಆದ್ರೆ uterine contraction ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, there might be chances of miscarriage. ಯಾವಾಗ menstruation ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಆವಾಗಲೇ prostaglandin release ಆಗೋದು. Okay, you can look at this diagram. So this is the first menstrual phase. After that, follicular phase happens. That means inside the ovary there is the formation of secondary oocyte. Okay, then before that there will be endometrium thickening. So you can see here endometrium thickening will be there. Okay, so ನೋಡಿ follicular phase or proliferative phase ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so endometrium thick ಆಗ್ತದೆ, egg develop ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ovulation time ಅಲ್ಲಿ you can see here egg is present in the fallopian tube. Ovulation has happened. Okay, metrographin follicle in the secondary oocyte is out. So here thickening of endometrium ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. thickening of endometrium ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ when the endometrium is thickened, then it's providing the good environment for the implantation. Implantation means that blastocyst has to come and attach itself with the uterine lining. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಯೂಟ್ರೈನ್ ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕುಲೇಚರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ತುಂಬಾ ಏನೇನೋ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ that is provided by the thickening of endometrium. Okay, so then at the time of luteal phase, again endometrium thickening will be there. Along with that, egg gets released in the uterus. So illi egg irutte. After that, if the fertilization doesn't happen, menstrual cycle will again come. So this is how one normal cycle is there. Okay, so we will study this in detail now. In detail we are going to study this. Okay, so as I told you, in the monthly cycle there are 5 phases. Come on, repeat with me. In monthly cycle there are 5 phases. First is menstruation, second is follicular phase, third one is proliferative phase. Okay, so proliferative or follicular phase andre ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ, ಬೇಜಾರಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, ಅರೆ what is happening? Give me a second, guys. Okay, you can call it like that also. Okay, you can call them both. Either you can call them proliferative or follicular. Nothing is wrong. But if you want to give the precise answer, then keep it separate. Okay, so what is happening in the menstruation? In the menstruation, shedding of uterine lining, especially endometrium, their levels of estrogen and progesterone are low. Now I want you to concentrate. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ hormonal activity start ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. What is happening at the time of array? What is wrong with this? Okay, so at the time of menstruation, estrogen and progesterone is very low. Okay, then follicular phase means I have told you after menstruation, the time between the first day of the period. See, some people count very wrongly. Okay, so follicular phase actually starts from the first day up to the 12th day. Okay, up to 12th day. ಇದು ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? Give me a second, guys. My pen is acting really weird. Okay, from 1 to the 12th day. So this is actually follicular phase. Okay, So this is also proliferative phase is also included in follicular. Okay, so here what is happening? This follicular phase is the duration before ovulation. Ovulation ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನ್ duration ಬರುತ್ತೆ, that is follicular phase. So this time estrogen rises. Okay, so estrogen rises as in egg prepares to be released. I have told you, right, what happens in the follicular phase. So here folliculogenesis happens. So I had told you at the time of folliculogenesis, granulosa cells are formed. है ना? So those granulosa cells will actually release a hormone called as estrogen. Okay, so these cells will release the hormone estrogen. Okay, so as follicle matures, estrogen will also increase. Okay, so the secretion of estrogen will increase. Why? More number of granulosa cells matlab more number of estrogen. Okay, so more estrogen secretion. Then proliferative means, I told you, proliferative phase is referred with the uterine. Okay, so this is referred with the uterine cycle. Okay, so this is ovarian cycle. Okay, so here uterine lining builds, that means endometrium gets thicken and thicken. Okay, then comes the ovulatory phase, nothing but ovulation. Okay, so here release of the egg happen from the ovary. Okay, so that is mid of the cycle. Ovulation happens nearly 13 to 15 day. Okay, so 13 to 15 day on an average cycle. See, we are talking about an average cycle of 28 days. So 28 days nalli enagutte, first in the 12 varage proliferative phase agutte, then from 13 to 15 it is ovulatory phase. Okay, so exactly what happens, see, this estrogen is there, granulosa cells in the estrogen tumba release aitu, that estrogen will indicate, okay, so that estrogen will promote the surge of LH. LH means here it is referring to the luteinizing hormone. Okay, so estrogen will give signal to the pituitary hormone, anterior pituitary hormone, for the release of LH. So LH once sati ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು, surge of LH ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ LH ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ LH ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, at that time mature Graafian follicle will burst and secondary oocyte will be released out. So LH is the hormone responsible for the ovulation. So without LH, no ovulation happens because the LH is responsible. ಯಾವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ LH release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, at that time Graafian follicle will burst, leading to the release of secondary oocyte. So that is ovulation. After that, okay, so luteal phase comes. So luteal means what? We are talking about the again ovarian cycle here. So we are referring to the ovarian changes. Okay, so secretory phase, as I told you, it is referring to the uterine changes. Okay, so it is referring to the uterine changes. Now, so what happens in luteal phase? So luteal phase is the time between ovulation and before the menstruation starts. Okay, so this phase is the stage when actually body prepares for pregnancy. ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ovulation ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, so there might be possibility of fertilization. So fertilization ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಕೂತಿರತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಮ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಓವರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, so that Graafian follicle, okay, that ruptured Graafian follicle will start to degenerate. Okay, so that Graafian follicle will start to degenerate and that degeneration will be released by the progesterone. So what exactly happens there? Let me write here. Okay, so here what happens? Rupture. Okay, so ruptured follicle degenerates. Okay, degenerates. Okay, so okay, degenerate. So degenerate agi enagutte, it will give rise to the corpus luteum. Okay, so this corpus luteum will give rise to the progesterone. Okay, so this will give rise to the progesterone. I had told you this in the last class. Okay, so corpus luteum will give the progesterone and also some amount of estrogen. So here you can see progesterone is produced and it will be produced in peak. Okay, drop agadu yavaga drop agadu at the time of menses. Complete drop agutte at the time of menses. Okay, so it produces and it reaches the peak. Okay, so you will understand this when I'm explaining the chart. Chart ಇದೆ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Secretory means as I have already told you. So this phase is happening in the changes happening in the uterus. So uterine lining will start to thicken. Again thickening ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ pregnancy ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ thickening will continue. If pregnancy doesn't happen, that means if the secondary oocyte didn't get fertilized, then that lining will start to break down and this breakdown will be passed on by the menses. So breakdown ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ menses ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, so uterine lining thick ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ that means that refers the pregnancy. Okay, so that refers the pregnancy. So tell me one more thing. So this ruptured follicle, ಇದೇನು ruptured follicle ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಡಿಜೆನರೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಜೆನರೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದು it will go invisible. So when this happens means when fertilization doesn't happen. Fertilization ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte ಇತ್ತು ಅದು menstrual fluid ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇದು ಡಿಜೆನರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ ಇಂದ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಲ್ಬಿಕನ್ ಆಗಿ it will be lost. But what happens if the pregnancy is retained? Pregnancy ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ ಏನು ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, so that progesterone will provoke the HCG hormone. Okay, HCG hormone provoke ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ pregnancy will be maintained. So ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ pregnancy maintain ಆಗಿ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Listen to me carefully. I'm not going to repeat it once again. So pregnancy ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ Graafian follicle that was ruptured will not undergo complete degeneration. It will be stayed in the corpus luteum stage and it will continuously secrete the hormone progesterone. Okay, so that will be induced by the another hormone. So this will induce the another hormone, that is HCG. I will explain the HCG later. Okay, how exactly which layer is secreting sub. Okay, so HCG is released. So this corpus luteum is maintained up to the formation of placenta. Once the placenta is formed, then all the nutrition and hormone and everything will be absorbed by the mother's body. Okay, so वहां तक ये maintain होता है corpus luteum. So remember this. Okay, so after that it will undergo degeneration. So corpus luteum will get converted into corpus albicans and it will undergo degeneration. Okay. Okay guys, so there is a question on the screen. Okay, so after that we will study the diagram. What I have explained now is the diagram here. So we will see the diagram. So which phase of menstrual cycle is also called as proliferative phase? Okay, so I'm launching the poll for this question. I'm giving only 30 seconds. Very good, everyone. Moana, Dikshit, Prithvi, and all other people. Deepthi, Prithvi. Yes, nice. Okay, 30 seconds are done. I'm ending the poll. Very good, Priyanka, Priyadarshini. So 65% people have chosen option C and few other people have chosen option B and D also. So let us see here. So which phase of the menstrual cycle is also called as proliferative phase? Okay, remember one thing, ovulatory is same. Ovulatory doesn't have any other name. Ovulatory phase, ovulation is nothing but same. So menstruation also doesn't have any other name. Okay, but these two have name. Okay, luteal phase is also called as secretory phase. Okay, luteal phase is also called as secretory phase, and follicular phase is also called as proliferative phase. Okay, proliferative phase. Okay, so menstruation and ovulatory are obviously out of the league. Then secretory phase and luteal phase, so this is also not the option. So proliferative is also called as follicular phase. Okay, so answer for this question is C, that is follicular phase. Okay, so let's move ahead now. Yes, look at the diagram. Okay, I want everyone's attention. देखो बेटा, अगर attention नहीं है तो तुम्हारा loss है. I can't do anything. Okay, so you can see here, this is the 0 day. That means from here time has started. Okay, so up to here, from here to here, so you can consider this as the 5th day. Okay, or 6th day. Okay, so here menses has happened. So from here to here, so menses happened. Okay, so after that there will be follicular phase. I told you follicular phase never starts from 5th day or 7th day. It starts from the first day of menses. Nodi, when you get pregnant, alva, the doctor will count the weeks or month of the pregnancy. So she will count ಯಾವ ಮಂತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆದ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಮಂತ್ ಇಂದ ಮೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಡೇ ಯಾವುದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಡೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮೆನ್ಸಸ್ ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. you will go wrong. Okay, so first day here. Okay, so this is first day, 5th day, and from 5th to the 12th day. Okay, so that day is actually called as, that period is actually called as follicular period. Okay, so this 14th day and along with that one day either and other is actually the ovulatory day. Okay, so that is ovulatory day, and then there will be a luteal phase, so up to the 28 months, then again menses starts. Okay, so this is the uterine cycle. So look at this is the uterine cycle. So I have told you in uterine cycle there will be menses, follicular phase, ovulation, and then luteal. Okay, so what is follicular phase mein kya ho raha hai? Endometrium thickening starts. Okay, so endometrium thickening starts. Okay, thickening start. Okay, so from follicular phase it will start. Then at the luteal phase it will continue to thicken along with the secretion of prostaglandin. Okay, so secretion of prostaglandin here. Okay, so this is about the uterine changes. Then come to the ovarian changes. Now, okay, complete attention. So what are the changes happening in the ovarian hormones? Okay, so hormone, and look at the ovarian cycle. Okay, इसको एक साथ देखो बेटा, hormone and cycle, ovarian hormone, ovarian cycle. So ovarian cycle में growing of follicle is happening. That means a folliculogenesis. So here what is happening? Folliculogenesis. Folliculogenesis means growing more number of granulosa cells. So those granulosa cells will give rise to a hormone called as estrogen. See, remember one thing here, estradiol refers to the estrogen. I have told you yesterday. Okay, so estradiol here refers to the estrogen. So it will continue to grow. Okay, so this estrogen will continue to grow. So this estrogen, here you can see high amount of estrogen will trigger the pituitary gland for the release of LH. Okay, so LH release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ FSH ಕೂಡ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ? at the time of ovulation. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ estrogen is indicating the pituitary gland to release the two hormones. LH ಇಂದ surge ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ LH release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ some amount of follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, so actually follicular stimulating hormone ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. That means ಯಾವಾಗ folliculogenesis ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ FSH ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ FSH ಇತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ FSH, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ FSH ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಮಾಡಿ LH ಮತ್ತೆ FSH ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ LH ರೈಸ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, secondary oocyte is released out of the Graafian follicle. Okay, now you can look here. So this ruptured Graafian follicle is getting converted into the corpus luteum. So this corpus luteum will release the hormone progesterone and also some amount of estrogen. So you can see the rise in the levels of these two hormones. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ rise ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, ovulation ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ again, why? Because corpus luteum is releasing. Corpus luteum ನಲ್ಲಿ again granulosa cells are responsible. Again ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ granulosa cells ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So those granulosa cells are releasing the progesterone and estrogen, right? So after that, if the lady gets pregnant, so ಈ stage ನಲ್ಲಿ if the lady gets pregnant, so this is maintained. So corpus luteum will be like that only. So ಇದು ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರಾಫ್, ಹೀಗೆ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, but if the lady didn't get pregnant, then what happens? Corpus albicans happen. That means complete regression. ಅಂದ್ರೆ degeneration, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಒಳಗಿನ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಉಳಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಲ್ಬಿಕನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ this becomes invisible, nothing will be remaining. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ, at the time of menses both progesterone estrogen are lowered. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನೆನಪಿದ್ಯಾ? So at the time of menses both estrogen and progesterone are very less. Okay, so this is how it changes. Okay, so these FSH and LH are the anterior pituitary hormones, obviously you know that. And one more thing that we need to remember, body temperature ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, so that changes by 1 or 1.5 degree. Okay, 1.5 degree ವರೆಗೂ ಅಥವಾ 1 degree Celsius ವರೆಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಿಂದ? ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು up to the luteal phase ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಅಥವಾ 1.5 degree Celsius. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಫಿವರಿಶ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇನ ಲೂಟಿಯಲ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ. 1 degree ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಫಿವರಿಶ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that will increase many degrees. Okay, so this is about the changes happening. Okay, did you understand? Do you have any doubts here? Another doubt idea? Come on, tell me. Ask me if you have any doubts. So remember one thing, granulosa cells are releasing both estrogen and progesterone. Okay, very good. So now look at this slide. Ma'am, menses andre gottagilla. Menses andre periods. See, menses andre periods beta. Yaad question idu? Periods, this is periods. Okay, so here again bleeding starts. Okay, good. So now look at this slide. Okay, here you can study the hormonal activity, what is exactly happening. I told you, right? So menstrual phase means here periods will start and the bleeding will be there. So bleeding when happening, so reduced estrogen and progesterone both are reduced. I told you, right? Look at this, reduced here. Okay, so here nothing here. Okay, so reduced estrogen and progesterone. Now, what happens in the proliferative phase? Proliferative phase means there is a folliculogenesis. Okay, so this folliculogenesis is induced by a hormone called as FSH, follicular stimulating hormone. Okay, so follicular stimulating hormone. Okay, so ಈ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ರೈಸ್ ಟು ದ ಗ್ರಾನ್ಯುಲೋಸಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ? ಗ್ರಾನ್ಯುಲೋಸಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಗ್ರಾನ್ಯುಲೋಸಾ cells will actually give rise to the hormone estrogen. Okay, so these granulosa cells will give rise to the hormone estrogen. Okay, so illiver gottaitala. So now ovulation agbeku. Ovulation agbeku andre this increased estrogen will do what? This increased estrogen will poke or induce. Okay, this will poke the anterior pituitary hormone to release the LH. Okay, high amount of LH. Okay, anterior pituitary hormone, luteinizing hormone. Very good, Karthik. Okay, so estrogen ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಇಗ್ನೈಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಲ್ಯೂಟಿನೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ FSH ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ LH? LH is nothing but the luteinizing hormone. Okay, luteinizing hormone. Now, so surge of LH ಅಂದ್ರೆ ovulation. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಈ surge of LH ovulation ನೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 100 ಸತಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? This is very important. Surge of LH ovulation. Then secretory phase will start. That means the ruptured follicle will start to degenerate. Sorry. That means here what happens? So here LH ಏನು ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, that LH will be inducing the corpus luteum. Okay, so this induced LH will induce the corpus luteum to release a hormone, progesterone and estrogen. So I'm so sorry guys. High amount of progesterone release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ by corpus luteum with a small amount of estrogen. So this is about the hormonal activity that you need to remember. Okay, so let's look at this slide. ಈ slide ಅನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಿಡಿ. ಇದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಫೀಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಏನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ at the slide very carefully. So hypothalamus is like the president. So ಇವರು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಬರೀ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡು ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಆಂಟಿರಿಯರಿ ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್. ಆಂಟಿರಿಯರಿ ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ is a prime minister. Okay, so first ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, hypothalamus will give the hormone called as gonadotropin releasing hormone. See, Karthik, GnRH anta helidre, this is nothing but gonadotropin releasing hormone. Okay, so this hormone will induce the prime minister. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಯಾರು? ಇದು GnRH. This GnRH guard will go and tell the prime minister. ಈ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀನು FSH ಮತ್ತೆ LH ಗೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇವನು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡಳಿತ ಇರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ದ FSH ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರನ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ FSH ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈ FSH ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓವರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಓವರಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ FSH ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಗ್ರಾನುಲೋಸಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮುಗೀತು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಹೈ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್. ಸೊ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮುಗೀತು, ಈಗ ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ LH ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಸರ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ LH ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್, ಇದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನೀನು LH ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡು, LH ನ ಸೆಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡು. ಸೊ LH ಸೆಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇದು LH ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ FSH ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ LH ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ LH ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಸರ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ LH ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಗ್ರಾಫಿಯನ್ ಫಾಲಿಕಲ್ ರಪ್ಚರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ರಪ್ಚರ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಯನ್ ಫಾಲಿಕಲ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ದ ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ oocyte ಈಗ fallopian tube ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ LH ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ. ಸೊ ಈ LH ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ LH ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ ಗೆ ಈಗ ನೀನು ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ಗ್ರಾನುಲೋಸಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಹೈ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so this progesterone will be maintained throughout the pregnancy. Throughout the pregnancy, corpus luteum maintain ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, sometimes up to the growth of placenta, sometimes all over the pregnancy. Okay, so progesterone maintain ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಇದು increased progesterone and estrogen. Okay, so ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಇದು progesterone ಮತ್ತೆ estrogen ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಈ progesterone, okay, P and E, progesterone and estrogen, this will go and indicate. Okay, so this progesterone and estrogen, it will go indicate the prime minister and president. ಸಾಕು ನೀನು LH ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಈಗ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡು. LH ಸಾಕು, LH ಇನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗೀತು, ನಾವು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ. LH ಬಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ್ಲೇ ತಾನೇ progesterone ಮತ್ತೆ estrogen ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. So now progesterone estrogen says we are here, you stop releasing LH. Okay, so ಇದು pituitary ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಿಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ರೆಫರ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗೆ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓವ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ, ಅದು ಹೋಗಿ LH ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಗಿವ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡು, FSH ನ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡು. FSH ಕಮ್ಮಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗದಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಸ್ಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಥಾಲಮಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಗೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? This is all about the hormone regulation in females. Okay, so here you need to remember the hormones. Which hormone? Gonadotropin releasing hormone. You need to remember FSH. Okay, you need to remember luteinizing hormone. You need to remember estrogen. Okay, you need to remember estrogen and progesterone. Okay, progesterone you need to remember. Okay, so these are the few hormones that you need to remember. Okay, so this is the explanation that I wanted to give. So there's a question on the screen. Ovulation is the result of surge of FSH, surge of GnRH, surge of estrogen, surge of LH. I'm launching the poll for this question. Very good, Prithvi. I'm launching the poll for this question. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ go read it once again. Look at the slides. Nani slides nalli I have given some definitions, right? I have given the sentences and explanation. Read that. Read it. Look at the picture. Look at the hormonal regulation. If you still have any doubts, then contact me. To you can contact me anytime in the WhatsApp. But still, Prithvi, this happened because this is very important. Okay, I was continuously asking you, please keep your concentration here. If you lose the concentration, nothing will be understood because this is connectivity. Connectivity in my classes. So I have ended the poll. Okay, sharing the results. 70% people have chosen option D. Ma'am, 1 second, please tell full form of FSH and LH. Mahe, FSH is a follicular stimulating hormone. LH is luteinizing hormone. Okay, so Mahe, I have given that in the last slides. Last slides nalli ನಾನು ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿ ಮಗ. Okay, you will get it. So it is very simple. Okay, so ovulation is actually the result of LH. So what is inducing LH? Estrogen is inducing LH. Okay, estrogen ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ, ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಗೆ. ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಏನು ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, so pituitary gland will be poked by the estrogen and this will give rise to the LH. Okay, so surge ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, surge ಒಂದ್ರದ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Surge means, let me tell you, surge means sudden increase in something. Okay, surge means sudden increase. Sudden increase. Okay, that is called surge. Okay guys, I am launching the MPS. Please give your valuable feedback. If you still have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat box. I know ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾಡಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಟುಮಾರೋ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ನೆನಪಿರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯು ಡೂ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, you try to read the slide which I'll be giving. Okay, ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಪಕ್ಕ ನಾನು ಅನಿಮೇಷನ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅನಿಮೇಷನ್ ಇಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ you study, read the NCERT. So all these things, and then you contact me if you have any doubts. Okay, so please feel free to contact me anytime. Okay, so this is the homework. You have to write the difference. Okay, so difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis is very important, and then you have to study about how maintaining of the menstrual health, and then hormonal effect. ಇದು ಮರಿದೇ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಪಕ್ಕ ಮರಿತೀರಾ. Okay, then solve the model questions. Okay, Jayashree, ಇವತ್ತು ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. Okay, I'll send the link. Okay, guys, I'm ending the poll. Okay, take care. Bye. Enjoy the rain. For some people, it's enjoyment. For some people, lot of loss is happening due to heavy rain. But still, ma'am, when you explain dance, Anil Kumar, this is my habit, beta. This is my habit. I can't do anything. Yes, Karthik, that is my number. Yes. Okay, take care. Bye. Yes, Priyadashini, welcome.